Hello and welcome to a brand new Lost Ark video. Lost Ark NA in EU launch is finally here, and what a better way to celebrate it with an ultimate starter guide for beginner and new players. In this video, I'm going over absolutely everything from leveling to everything you can and need to do after you hit level 50. This video will serve as a help and guidance to all the inexperienced and new players that are coming to play the game. And all I can say to you guys is welcome to Lost Ark. If you're watching this video after the servers went online, I'm most likely live streaming on Twitch, so if you have any questions regarding the game or any of my videos, hop on Twitch and ask me anything in the chat. As everyone else, you will have to level your character to 50 so you can experience what Lost Ark really is. Leveling is pretty straightforward and relatively fast and easy, as you only need to follow main story quests. If you care about side questing and exploring the world, maybe learning about the lore, be my guest and do all of the side quests. Also, if you're undecided about your main class, leveling is a great way to get the general feel for the class, even though it won't be a full representation of the class in the endgame. At level 26, you will unlock PvP, where you can play Equalized Arena and test the class that way. Another great way to test what your class can be in tier 3 is leveling to 30 until you unlock Song of Trixion. This will also unlock the training grounds, and in there you will have everything unlocked for your class as if you were in tier 3 to extensively test it. This way you don't have to level your character to 50 to experience what your class can do in the endgame. When you hit level 50, a lot of things will unlock, and at first it will seem overwhelming. You want to keep progressing your story in Vern Castle until you unlock Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids and daily Una tasks. After that you will want to press F2 on your keyboard and play Song of Trixion, where after teleporting to Trixion, you will want to take the Awakening quest from the NPC called Beatrice. Completing the quest takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and it is important as it unlocks your Awakening and your level 50 skill. I will skip explaining gear and tier progression, as I have 2 other videos on my channel covering all of that. Your main daily checklist will be 2 rounds of Chaos Dungeons, 2 rounds of Guardian Raids, and completing 3 daily Una tasks. You will want to run Chaos Dungeons solo, as it's most optimal and doesn't require you to group up, even though you can if you want to do it with your friends. Chaos Dungeon will give you your first blue 302 gear set that you can also acquire by finishing Shushar main story quest. Chaos Dungeons are the main source of upgrade materials and accessories. There's also a thing called Infinite Chaos Dungeons, where the rewards you get are crystals that you can then exchange for upgrade materials on a weekly limit. For Guardian Raids, you will want to group up with 3 other players, and if you ever played Monster Hunter or watched a video of it, you will get the gist of it, as it is pretty similar to that. There are different stages and different tiers that you will unlock as you progress your gear to a higher item level. Daily Una tasks are your normal daily quest, where you will want to prioritize the 3 that reward leapstones. Also, don't forget to save the location of these 3 dailies to your Bifrost for insta teleport, as you will want to do those same 3 dailies almost every day. There are also side daily activities you can do depending on the day. These include sea events, world bosses, Chaos Gate and Adventure Islands. You can find schedule, requirements to join and the location of each in Procyon Compass. Your main weekly checklist consists of Abyss Dungeons and weekly Una tasks. Completing Abyss Dungeons will reward you with a sizable amount of gold and can also be repeated on 5 other old characters, while for weekly Una tasks, my recommendation is taking the 3 that reward leapstones, as they are vital for gear progression. As you progress your gear and reach higher item levels, you will unlock higher tier Abyss Dungeons that will reward even more gold. Each of them become progressively difficult, as higher you go, the harder the boss mechanics are. Side weekly activities you can complete are ghost ships. Their schedule, item level requirements, location are all found in Procyon Compass. Heroic Guardian Rates, which is equalized version of normal Guardian Rates, in which gear and item level doesn't matter and only your engravings matter. Abyss Trials, which is also an equalized version of Abyss Dungeons, where knowing boss mechanics and your engravings matter. Heroic Guardian Rates are unlocked at 460 item level and Abyss Trials at 960 item level. Other PvE activities include Cube, where you kill groups of mobs each stage, and it requires an entry ticket that drops from Chaos Dungeon. Trials Path that gets unlocked at 802 item level, and it's similar to Cube, where you need to kill bosses instead of mobs at each stage, and it also requires an entry ticket. Tower of Shadow and Tower of Doom is a solo activity where you clear each level of tower for a different reward. First clear will have one-time reward of mostly utility items like engraving books, skill point potions, and rapport gifts, while every other clear on alts will give you only upgrade materials. Moving on to gear progressing area. The main NPC is the one upgrading your gear. Here you will spend most of your time and gold praying for a good RNG, but that will come later in tier 3, because early progression is much cheaper and less RNG. After you obtain higher grade or higher tier gear, you will want to recycle your old gear. You can do that at the same NPC by clicking the Recycle tab. This will either fully transfer your gear upgrade level or a small portion of it, depending if it's a higher grade or a higher tier gear. Even a higher RNG system is Ability Stone Cutting, where you will spend a lot of gold trying to get perfect stats. Ability Stones are your main source of engraving levels, and it's something that you will have to put a lot of focus and a lot of gold into. But once you hit the stats you want, you are done. I'd recommend focusing on Ability Stone Cutting in tier 3. Tripod Extraction is another important system that will make upgrading your skills and make them much stronger. Most skills have tripods that go from level 1 to level 5. You can obtain these only from higher tiers of Chaos Dungeons in tier 2 and tier 3, or buy them directly from Auction House as they are tradable. The NPC will extract these tripod levels and embed them to one of your gear piece. There is also a big RNG factor involved. If the embedding fails, the tripod level is lost. You can increase the chance of success by using first class powder, which you can obtain from Heroic Guardian Rates, craft in estate, or buy from Auction House. Last part is Gemologist, that allows you to reroll for stats you want in exchange for silver on your gems. This is pretty much less RNG and easy to get the stats you want. If you own a pet, you can also access it from pet menu. Life skills are your regular professions. There are 6 of them, and you will unlock them pretty early on during your leveling in West Lutheran in the region called Lake Bar. They are part of the guide quests that you will want to complete as soon as you level to receive blue gathering tools as a reward. All 6 life skills are equally good and can be used to craft various items in your estate, or you can simply sell raw gathering materials in Auction House for gold. My 2 personal favorites are Herbalism and Fishing, as they are much more relaxed, faster to do, and gathering materials are worth slightly more than other life skills. But each of them have similar uses when it comes to crafting. When it comes to estate, I will keep it simple and basic. You have several activities you can do, and each of them helps in achieving different things. In laboratory, you study new recipes that either unlock new items you can craft or give buffs to your estate. Workshop is a place where you can craft everything that you unlocked in laboratory, and this is where you use most of your gathering materials. I recommend unlocking Spirit Blasting and Arctus Crystals recipes early. Headquarters is where you send your ships and sailors on different missions to obtain different rewards. You can also send them on special missions where they complete certain daily PvE content for you automatically, but the rewards will be smaller. Mansion is where you apply certain structures and costumes for estate buffs. There will also be knowledge transfer system available on NA and EU, and this will allow you to pay gold to have your alts leveled up automatically to level 50 and beyond but with more requirements and restrictions the higher you want to go. A state also has its own gathering and hunting grounds that rewards different gathering materials from the ones in the world. Gather these when you need certain materials for certain something you want to craft. Completionists will enjoy filling out their adventure book, as it gives you great satisfaction knowing you completed each book to 100%. Unfortunately, to complete 100% will take more than few months, but you could very easily get 80 to 90%. I have made a detailed video explaining everything related to adventure book, so for better understanding, check out the video and link will be in the descriptions. Collectibles are split into 8 different categories that require different things you need to collect through either simple ways or more RNG ways. Collecting these isn't something you want to put all focus and only do them in your free time while exploring. I also have a video explaining each of the collectible categories that will also be linked in the description. Engravings, card system and rapport are 3 Lost Ark systems that have no basic, simple and easy to understand way of explaining without going too much into details and complicating everything for new players. So with that in mind, if you want to learn more about these systems, there are tons of videos on YouTube from different creators that cover these 3 systems in a detailed way if you are interested in learning about them. When it comes to making gold and becoming rich, one of my recent videos covers and explains all the gold sources in the game and how much gold you can obtain through them. Link will also be in the descriptions if you are interested in learning more about gold. Gear progression from tier to tier is something I purposefully left out from this guide. As I said in the beginning, because I already made 2 different gear progression guides, one more oriented towards beginners and new players, and one for hardcore min-maxers. In those videos, I go into absolute detail on how to obtain materials and progress your gear with ease from tier to tier. If you're a completely new player, I recommend that you get familiar with every system that Lost Ark has to offer before you watch one of those 2 progression videos, as some of the terms and things I'm mentioning might be confusing to some of you. Nonetheless, both of the links will also be in the description. Hopefully you made it all the way until the end of the video. I tried to keep everything simple and easy to understand, as there are various things that could be confusing that are left out from this video. If you're confused about anything I was talking about in this video, or I missed some important parts of the game that you want to know about, please let me know in the comments. I read all of them and I reply to all of them. Also, if you watch this video, there is a chance I am also live streaming on Twitch right now, so if you want a quicker response to your questions, you are more than welcome to write them in Twitch chat and I will answer it to as much as detail as I can. I always try to keep my videos short and thus avoiding a lot of details, since Lost Ark is a game that has so many tiny things that you need to worry about, and putting everything into a video would honestly take way too long. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate all the support I have received since I started uploading Lost Ark content, and hopefully I will see some of you guys over at my Twitch channel where we can talk in real time about everything Lost Ark related. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on the future videos. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.